Okay, so I think I've settled on a deck for Grand Prix Chicago. Unshockingly, it is one of the few decks I described as potentially being actually good in the format. Mono blue. And this is Sam Party's main deck and a sideboard that Matt McCullough told me to play. There's a lot of things I really like about this list. One of them is 25 lands, so you have 20 blue sources, which is way better than the previous number. Or 20, yeah, you have 20 natural blue sources. 19's cutting it, and I think, this Nykthos is important in certain matchups, but like if you cut it for an island, you wouldn't be completely incorrect. Let's see. One Hall of Triumph. The card is not actually good to draw too often because it doesn't supply devotion and isn't actually a threat. It can't attack mono blue, which is pretty bad. Zero Jace. I'm not 100% sold on that, but Jace is often pretty low impact, and it's a permanent that can die if your opponent doesn't have a removal spell, which is not very good when you're trying to Thassa. I really like the fact that we are back up to 4 interactive spells, with Rapid being the most efficient one and therefore the best. Also being the one that is the best proactively because it can be used to effectively counter a removal spell by killing your own guy in response. Moving to the sideboard, we have our standard stack of interaction. Most notably, there's only one dissolve because a lot of the times you are wanting interaction, you're trying to back up your Jace or fight multiple counter threats or multiple counters deep on a threat. So the 3 mana cost is pretty loose. You want a bunch of gainsays. They can't counter Elspeth, but they still counter Revs, they still counter opposing Jaces, and importantly, they win the mirror. You have negates for their Elspeths and whatnot. You have Jace as your kill condition, and something that you can actually fight over and keep in play pretty easily against control. And also something that because of the number of... So, like, in Game 1 situations, Jace Memory Adept actually is a lot worse than it is post-board against control. Post-board, you can use your counterspells to fight over their threats and leave them in... Because you just have so many of them. Like, this is 8. Like, are they going to have 8 post-board against you? I don't know. So you actually are playing much longer games against them. So Jacing twice is actually a lot closer to lethal than it should be. As opposed to like Game 1 scenarios where you're folding early and like a Jace wouldn't actually race them doing something with Elspeth. There's also a Jace Architect thought that I'm not 100% sold on. It's okay against aggro, but it's still just kind of there. Domestications to fight creature mirrors, not too much to really talk about there. And more interactive spells for the matchups where you want to board out your Bidents. The list is really straightforward. The deck is really straightforward. It's honestly just Kithkin. Only this time our Cloud Goat Ranger is blue.